So shoot questions. Yes?
I know it's not going through Wimberley proper, but what's your take on the Permian pipeline?
I had talked in front of the city council a couple weeks ago, and in a way, at first, it was kind of hard for me because, I mean, part of the stops in my life were New Orleans, Los Angeles, Saudi Arabia, and in Houston. My father worked for Shell for, 36 years. If it hadn't been for Vietnam, it would have been, 4 decades. So at first, I think, I kind of tend to say, well, it's Texas. But if you look at the map, look at the maps that they have put out, why are there no pipelines here? Why are there no pipelines here, or very few? And if I give deference to the energy industry, then I have to look at it and say, just today, there's a fire at the Exxon plant in Baytown a couple hours ago. They make mistakes. And if you put that on top of the fact that there is no pipeline here, it makes sense to me that it probably doesn't belong here. They can build their pipeline wherever they want. They can go north or they can go south, and they can avoid a lot of the pitfalls that you're going to get when you're building a pipeline right here through this area, right? You've got holes in the ground. We've got our friend the Perez's, and you can go out to their property, and there's literally, there's holes in the rocks. It's just, I'm not, super up to date on the science of it. I don't think it belongs here. But if I break it down even more simply, like I told the city council, my room faces 2325. I have my back to 2325. Last January, for 2.5 hours, I heard sirens. And fire trucks coming from here, there, and everywhere go into that brush fire that got out of hand. I don't know if you guys remember that. And I'm thinking to myself, first of all, that's really bad, but I can't believe how many people are coming to help us. How many people came to help us during both floods? And how many of these surrounding communities that are maybe threatened more than we are helped us out with the EP issue? Those guys are asking for our help. And I don't know how much we can actually do, but they deserve our support. Because the fact is, we're going to have another brush fire. We're going to have another flood, or we're going to have some kind of threat to us that we need them. And we have to stand behind them. We have to. And I don't know if that answers your question or not. Yes, ma'am.
What is your view of how people who live in the Wimberley Valley, but not in the city of Wimberley, can protect their similar interests and concerns about the creek and sewage and everything else? And I wish I could have asked both candidates this question.
As far as you speaking out at like city council meetings and things like that, I don't really see a difference. I don't really see a difference. And when you start to limit people who can speak here, who can speak there, there have been a lot of mistakes. Okay, we have limited people who I thought had a legitimate reason to be up there speaking, and then all of a sudden we get one that slips in from, I think it was, somewhere, another city that says that, oh, wait, we can't let that. When you, in my opinion, there does probably have to be some sort of reasonable limit, whether it's 3 minutes or 5 minutes. That 3 minutes goes really quick. I've spoken a couple times, it's really quick. But as far as picking and choosing who that's going to be, I'm not comfortable with that at all. I'd rather just have another emergency meeting where we just tackle one issue. One of the problems that I see on the city council now is they've got 19 issues, and the really good stuff is always like the last 2, right? So, I'd rather see us use an emergency meeting here or there. If we've got something that we know 30 people want to speak at, just do an emergency meeting for that one. Then nobody's got to be here till midnight or 9 o'clock at night. That's just my opinion. And I'm really uncomfortable with limiting free speech at all. I mean, obviously there has to be a time limit, but I'm not comfortable with it